now you guys are heading to go kick Kefka in the dick?
Not quite, but we can. That's his tower right there. What we're doing right now, actually, is going to hunt Death Gaze. Remember Final Fantasy VII, Ultimate Weapon is just flying around?
Yeah.
Before that, you had Death Gaze, or Doom Gaze. I forget his exact name. But unlike Ultimate Weapon, where you had to wait for him to land in a specific area and then fight him, in the world of Ruin, whenever you're flying around, there's a chance you'll just get into a random encounter with him.
Oh.
He operates the same way as Ultimate Weapon in that he has a single health pool which gets depleted every time you fight him.
Oh.
And so eventually you'll just kick his ass enough that he will die.
That's
Or
cool.
you can use Vanish Doom and do it right away. And not have to worry about getting into random encounters while in the air.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. And for killing him, he vomits up a piece of magicite.
What the fuck? This is covered in something.
This ambergris?
Oh, it stings. I'm gonna rub it on my face.
And then he gives you Bahamut. So he's worth hunting down just for that.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with some Bahamut.
And now we're going to get Mog. In the meantime, you're gonna...
Oh yeah. So, yeah, there's this band in town today called The Damned.
Uh-huh.
Classic punk rock band, and I'd love to see them, but the doors open at 8 and goes until 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's gonna be some openers and stuff. And I mean, I know this is a very like old dude thing to say, but shows start way too late.
I had this exact thought on Friday, actually.
And so I actually was reading this article. I think it was published by a Portland publication,
Uh-huh.
and they were saying like how to save the local music scene, or how to save like the punk scene, or the rock and roll scene, or just the music scene in general. And it was like, quit having your shows be so fucking late. Like, what do these fucking these punk bands need so much goddamn time for to get set up, and then between each show, you know, or between each act,
Yeah.
there's such a huge gap of time. And I get that the venue's trying to pull in a little bit, you know, pad it out, people gonna buy some drinks, maybe give everybody time to go get the merch from the previous act or whatever. But, you know, doors opening up at 8, and then the first band doesn't start until another half hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
They play for 20, and then there's another half hour, 40 minutes.
Next band plays for like 30 to 45 minutes, half-hour break.
It's like
Headliner plays for 90 minutes.
And yeah, you know, kids have all the energy and time in the world to stay up late because they don't do anything the next day and
Yeah.
whatever. But especially a band like The Damned, which I'm assuming a lot of much older people want to go see. You know, they're like, fuck, dude, it's Sunday night. I can't be out
Oh, exactly.
past 11:30 fucking rocking out and then expect my ass to have any sort of energy for my exhausting ass job.
Yeah.
It's if that shit was just so much earlier, I would go to shows all the time. Like, just why can't they be earlier?
And we'll get back to this in a moment, but that was the Ice Dragon that I just killed. That was the second of the Legendary Dragons, and this finally, we're dealing with Tritalk. This asshole who's been here just chilling in his ice the whole game.
Hey, chillin', get it.
Yeah. But yeah, I had that same thought on Friday, because I have that concert, you know, on Saturday in a few weeks, and then 2 days later is the next concert with Battle Beast and Leaves' Eyes. And I'm like, fucking, I thought back to the Epica concert that I left before Epica even went on. Because, doors open at 7,
Yeah.
first band came on at 7:30, sucked. It was the Agonist, and they were embarrassing. Fucking, it gets to the moment where the male lead singer is supposed to open his mouth and do his bit, and he opens and he starts singing, but his mic isn't working.
Oh.
And you can tell it's not working, because you can't hear him at all, and you can see the, you know, you can see his face and the slight panic there. And then he goes to do like a cool thing with his hair or his guitar, and he knocks it down.
Oh.
And they got it all fixed for the second song, but the first song just such a shit show,
God.
and their music sucks.
Oh, God.
And then the second band comes out, and they suck. And like, by the time we're getting ready for Epica to come on, I'm like, man, it's already 10 o'clock. It's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I have work in the morning. Like, no.
Oh, and not yeah. You have to get up at like 5.
Well, this is while I was still living downtown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it wasn't bad. But yeah, now, these days, now that I'm here, I have to get up at 5, and so I'm fucking ecstatic that the first concert I'm going to is on a Saturday, because then it doesn't matter. Like I can catch the last bus north, or if you can jam me around, like Crash with You, like whatever. And then on the show on Monday, it's like, yeah, I have to get up at 5, but I don't care about the headliners, so I can watch Battle Beast, I can watch Leaves' Eyes, and then I can fuck off like at 9:30 or so, get home at a reasonable time, and go to sleep. But I was thinking about that, like, okay, if a show is on a weekday, it makes sense that it would start later, but it doesn't need to start at 7:30, 8 o'clock. If it's on a Saturday, couldn't you have it earlier? People don't mind when they drink on a weekend.
Yeah.
Have it at fucking like noon.
And a lot of the bands I listen to, they're old dudes. I imagine they'd be performing a little bit better if it wasn't almost midnight by the time they go up. Been drinking all day. Fucking, like, I feel like it's one of those tradition things.
Oh yeah, shows just start late and then you get done at midnight. It's a weird tradition that doesn't need to exist.
I mean, just imagine if it was more accessible to go to shows, how many more people would go, how much more money these little bands would make, because I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll go. Like, I paid for tickets to see Nashville Pussy and Zeke. Zeke was the headliner, which, I love Nashville Pussy, and Zeke's cool as fuck, but I was like, I'm not gonna watch Zeke.
Yeah.
It's too late. I'm hungry and I'm tired, and so I'm gonna leave, and that's a bummer. But fuck that, just start earlier.
And if I had realized how much I disliked the 3 opening acts for Epica, I would have taken a nap. I would have just napped and then shown up late, and then walked home after seeing Epica and be like, yep, that was okay.
Yeah.
Sure wish they didn't start so late.
Yeah.
Sure wish they didn't have 3 opening acts, whom all sucked, and each sucked harder than the last.
It's like, Epica, you're gonna be cool, so you don't need to have such shitty bands open up for you to make you look cooler.
So that was a Yeti we just fought.
And it's just like, oh.
Yeah, you'll kick my ass.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't get it on our party yet. I was actually trying to find Mog, and then I got lost.
And you
I found my way to the Yeti first. And then I was like, oh yeah, Mog's over here.
The Mog hole.
Yeah. Just hanging out in his Mog. He's literally hanging out in his Mog hole. Which, unfortunately, I didn't go to when I initially came through these caves at the start of the game. But you can go back there now. And Mog is the only Mog left. Or Moogle? I don't know. They've never been consistent as to what Moogles are actually called.
I just stare at a wall all day.
He's actually staring at his treasure.
Oh.
Thought you were all feeding the worms, Kupo.
Jeez.
Yeah. I thought all my friends were dead, Kupo. I stare at this wall all day in desperation and depression. Thinking should I end it all? Wouldn't be hard. Wouldn't be hard at all, Kupo.
Dash my face against the stones, it'll be over in an instant.
Yeah. And so he gives you another hint, because he's like, we could use some Yeti muscle. I bet he's somewhere in the mines. So you're like, what, a Yeti? What? And at the start of the game, whenever you come to Narsh, you can catch a glimpse of the Yeti just hanging out in the background. But you can never find him during that time.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it'd be one of those things you see and you're like, what the fuck are you? Use warp to get the hell out of here. Yeah. So now I have Mog in my party, and what he was staring at was an item called the Moogle Charm. The Moogle Charm is my favorite accessory.
Oh.
Yeah, no random enemy encounters.
It's like, Mog, why didn't you take that with you when you came to the party?
I don't know, Kupo. I guess I just wanted you to get some progress. I don't fucking know. Kupo. Kupo.
Hey, Yeti, we could use your muscle. That's all it took.
Yeah, was Mog just yelling at a Yeti. Slapping him around a bit.
You got it, boss. Strong as a Gygus.
Yeah, Yeti pal with muscle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi.
I think that's how we should introduce the clowns in Clown Warriors. Is they have this bit where they're just like the screen goes black and they move to the center. and then they have like a little announcement.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like in JoJo when the announcer just tells you something.
Uh-huh.
And is like telling you about how big and strong JoJo is.
Yeah.
Like 190 centimeters, 95 kilograms.
I wish I knew how in feet and inches what that would be.
It's a bit over 6 feet, and 95 kilograms is about 190 pounds.
So it's just like the impossible. Perfect.
Actually, they're even bigger than that. I think they're
Yeah.
usually over 200 pounds.
Yeah, they gotta be a little
Yeah.
bit. They gotta be.
JoJo's physique in the earlier ones is literally based off of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was a bodybuilder.
Just like a fucking 20-inch waist and
32-inch waist, but because the chest and because the chest and shoulders are so broad, and the back, it's like it looks like a 20-inch waist. So the Coliseum in this game is kind of frustrating. What you can do is you gamble an item, and then it pairs you up against a monster based on whatever you gambled. And if you defeat that monster, you lose the item you gambled, but you gain the other item. So in this case, I bet a Zarina gown. In exchange, I can get a Minerva gown, which is the best piece of equipment for female characters. The problem with this is that you don't get to control the character you put into the Coliseum. They fight automatically. And if you die, you lose the item you gambled.
And so that thing was just like Doom.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like,
And so I just did a soft reset there and was like, nope. You don't need to interact with the arena or the Coliseum in any fashion except get one character, whom I'm going to take care of now. But before we can do that, we need to find something. Well, first we need to find them.
Cave in the belt.
Cave in the vault. Oh, it's our doggo pal.
Floating away.
Yeah.
Interceptor is the name of the dog.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to think of what it was. I was like, is it Striker?
I knew it's something real
Yeah.
edgy.
So that's giving you a hint. Like, if you want to
Yeah.
find Gao, you can only have 3 characters in your party.
Gao knows his limits.
Yeah.
It's like, I can take on 3, but 4?
Come on. Where's the hidden? There we go. There's the hidden path.
Monster in a box.
Monster in a box.
I wish there was some cross promotion between like a Taco Bell and a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah,
It's like Monster in a box, and you just like get this box of food. It's got like a potion in it.
Yeah, this thing's actually pretty tough. Unless you just dump a Phoenix down on him.
Oh god, no!
Yeah. I'm dead again!
Again.
And then it gives you Tiger Fangs, which is Saban's strongest weapon. So that's convenient.
Nice.
That's convenient as all hell.
What is that screeching sound out there?
They might be trying to blend something.
Oh.
Tiger Fangs, battle power 428 to
Jeez.
455, and raises vigor, speed, stamina, and magic power. Why not? Just add a little bit of that in there. Just put a little garnish on your sandwich. Your stat sandwich. Your statwich.
I could go for a statwich right now.
Yeah, me too. We're out of statwiches. We'll cup of lukewarm tap water do. So here's the thing. That's our buddy Shadow. He's all fucked up. If he had died on... I know. If Shadow... If you don't save him from the floating continent, he's dead. And if you come here, Shadow's not here, but Realm is.
Huh.
And Realm has her own side quest you need to undertake in order to find her. But if you didn't save Shadow, you need to come here first in order to initiate her side quest.
Senor Behemoth.
Yeah. You can see the Atma weapon is getting really noticeable in size.
Yeah.
Now that my HP is getting pretty high.
Does it just keep growing in length?
I think that might be its maximum size, but I feel like I've seen it get bigger than that. I do feel like there was a screenshot on the box for this game where you could see Atma weapon, and I feel like it was enormous. Like, that's pretty big, but I do feel like it gets bigger than that. Fortunately, this isn't a tough fight at all. Strangely, though, you have to fight 2. And it doesn't come through, but That is supposed to be the ghost of the senior behemoth.
Oh, this is?
Yeah. Doesn't look like a ghost. It's not called like Ghost Behemoth or anything. It's supposed to be. And now that I have Bahamut, I can learn Flare, which is always handy. Can't get Ultimate yet.
Jeez.
Yeah. But that's good damage. I wouldn't kick that damage out of bud.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. You fight something, it dies immediately
It
comes back as a ghost, ready to kick your ass still.
Yeah.
It's like, I got a second go at this.
I mean, I'm still dead, but now I'm mad. No. Vengeful ghosts and all that. Now I'm dead for good. Now you killed my soul. That's disturbing. Souls exist and you can kill them.
Shouldn't have wasted your soul on this fight,
I know.
senor.
I know. You could cast Cure on him. Or Cure 3 even. Life 2. You have options.
Just douse him in some potions and stuff.
Just rub his throat a bit. This is automatic right here.
That's cool.
Yeah. It doesn't make you walk back out of the cave.
It's great when games do that.
And what that taught me is that I can land on the rocky parts of the world. I thought I could only land on the grass, as you usually can do with an airship. And I'm like, oh, I can land on the rocky parts, of which there are many in the world of Ruin. That helps.
Yeah. You're not trying to find that one perfect pixel to park the damn thing. Imagine when they found Edgelord, he was lying in that position that, like, characters in the Dragon Ball, the Oni cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Always, like, with the ass up. Like, Vegeta always, like, his just bare ass coming through his latex. All just...
Yeah. So... So right now, Edgelord is having a series of dreams which give you his backstory. He used to be a guy named Clyde, so of course he would change his name to Edgelord. But if you rescue Shadow, you'll see the final of his dreams. The rest of his dreams you can only see by resting at an inn with him and your party. They will always occur in sequential order, but it's not guaranteed that they will.
That's cool looking.
Yeah, this is the spooky forest with the ghost train. They just gave it this weird outline. But basically, you rest in an inn, and there's a random chance that he'll have a dream. They occur in sequential order, but because they are random, and I've never really had Shadow in my party, I had no idea these existed until I was just looking through the strategy guide. Otherwise, we would have missed this entirely. When you rescue him, Celeste says, oh, you're having a nightmare, and then it shows you the last of his dreams, which makes no sense out of context. So what I did is, after I learned about that, I had recorded all of that, then I put him on my party, and I kept sleeping at an inn until I had all of his dreams, and I cut them in to occur right before, so it actually makes sense.
Did Final Fantasy do that with any other
Not
game?
that I can recall, no, never. But, basically, his story so far is like his name was Clyde, and he had this buddy. They became really successful thieves, and then shit went wrong, and his buddy Baram got injured, and was like, "You gotta leave me behind. I'm gonna slow you down."
Ooh.
Yeah. But then he makes this old request, just like in House.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You're acting like a coward, and he just stabs him real quick.
I can't. Ooh. I'll get you for this.
I'll come back as a weird-looking zombie in your house, and I'm gonna...
For about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'll be way bigger than I was before because a rubber suit has a certain amount of mass. And you have to shove a human inside of it. And so Clyde ran off, but he was a bit injured as well. And so he came to this old town. where we met Realm in Strago.
Huh.
Yeah. And that dog looks familiar.
Oh, yeah. So that's why the doggies like Realm.
Mm-hmm. She starts to say the name of the town, but then he passes out, so she goes, hang in there.
Edgelord, you got such a dark past.
Mm-hmm. I cut that one a little weird, and I apologize. And so this is his last dream right here, where he if you hadn't seen all the others, this wouldn't make any sense. Because it's just him leaving this town, and there's his dog. He says, I want you and the girl to live in a peaceful world. The girl being Realm. The implication being that he is Realm's father.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's why the dog is so keen on Realm, is because it remembers her. And it followed him because he's its master now, but at the same time, it still remembers Realm. And then you just leave him here. Yeah. It's like, can I take a nap too? No? Okay.
Stand card, interceptor.
Mm-hmm. Dog stand is a pretty good stand.
Yeah.